Yo, welcome back to a brand new Talkers on the Wall video. It's better late than never, I always say.
Yeah, we're taking a hiatus for quality over quantity.
Had to quit the podcast too many sweats. No, but just we mentioned it in the Joker video, but just a lot of moving pieces in our life. The people that know us know that's not true.
If you know, you know.
We're not really doing a movie review or like a show review today. We're gonna do something like completely different. We're gonna be more so like ranking and doing like these drafts of like these topics that we've done.
Yep.
Now, we've pitched this idea in the past, but we really just wanted just like actually like explore like the full potential with it.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's just gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, good way to get the juices going, get back into making the videos. Just doing something fun that, is more for, fun.
Yeah, now we don't have like the most like we don't have like the biggest following, but with the drafts, if you could let us know who won in the comments,
I think we'll know. We'll know by the end of
this. Bro, he could literally have all the Venom movies in it, so he still won.
Hey man,
unless Josh is
Josh is the judge.
Yeah, bro.
He's saving me right there.
Hell no. Now, with that being said, I just say we just go straight into our first draft. Yeah. I had on what I just wrote down. I'll just go down my list.
Yep.
I got top 5 animated movies draft.
Oh, that's first. Okay.
Yeah, that's first.
And are we gonna go back and forth? Like you pick one, then I'll pick one, then you pick one, then I'll pick one.
The big thing with this, so let's do rock paper scissors. I know they can't see it, but like,
yeah.
All right, on shoot.
Rock paper scissors shoot.
All right, bro, you get first, unless you want to defer.
No, I'll go first.
All right,
has its advantages,
Yeah.
So first pick for animated movies, correct? Yeah. I am gonna go with. This might be a contentious first pick, but I've rewatched this movie a ton. And I'm also gonna go with this one because I feel like it's the only one that maybe he might match me on. I'm gonna go Fantastic Mr. Fox for my first draft pick.
Yeah, I definitely had that on my list. Number 1 on mine, I'm actually gonna go. I'm gonna go Shrek 2.
Oh, see, I didn't even go in that direction, but that's not even on here for me. But that is a great pick.
Yeah.
For my number 2, I'm gonna have to go with. I think just for the sake of it, it really blew me away. Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, I knew that was one of the ones. So I'm gonna have to go Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
I knew I was gonna get either or.
Right.
Because if I would have went across,
I would go into. Yeah. It was tough, but I think just across that movie, I went and saw it twice. That's how I'd never do that.
No, yeah, it was incredible.
For a third, my third pick then is going to be. I'm trying to think of which one I want to grab. I'm gonna go with Howl's Moving Castle.
That was also on my list. Okay, I got you.
Favorite Studio Ghibli film?
No, same here. I won't lie to you. Now, my number 3, I'm pulling Rango.
That is a really good one. I also didn't have that one on my list, but that is a very solid movie. That is a great movie. I can't believe I didn't think of that one. I love that movie. I've seen that so many times. Fourth pick, then I'm gonna go Brother Bear.
That was also on my list. Yeah.
It's a classic Brother Bear.
He texted me, bro. I had some low key pulls, bro. I was like, bro, no, you don't,
bro. Nobody even knows Brother Bear like that,
bro. I have 2 of my list. This is my pick now.
Yep.
My 4th pick.
Yep.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna pick probably my favorite Disney movie. I'm probably gonna go Aladdin.
Aladdin. No, that's fair. That's fair. No, I can respect an Aladdin pick. I mean, it's not as good as Brother Bear, but it's pretty good.
I don't know.
Now this one is actually low key. Those who know. 5th and final pick. I'm gonna go Prince of Egypt, DreamWorks film. Beautiful movie, beautifully animated, and it holds up. It really does. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it. Great movie.
Okay, now I could really solidify my draft if I. I'm gonna keep going on the Disney train, and I'm gonna put Hercules at 5.
Okay, two Disney movies. I mean, a little basic, but that's okay. Uh, I'm only joking. What do we have next for
No,
your?
hold on. Let's review our drafts.
Okay,
So
I have Fantastic Mr. Fox, Spider Verse, Howl's Moving Castle, Brother Bear, and Prince of Egypt.
I got Shrek 2, Into Spider Verse, Rango, Aladdin, Hercules.
See, the only two that I'm jealous of are Ringo and Shrek 2. But I don't know. I think my list because
So
like I'd put Fantastic Mr. Fox against Ringo.
yeah,
I don't really have anything to match Shrek in terms of like that sort of movie. I would just compare it to Howl's Moving Castle. Completely different films, but to me the quality is probably about the same. Just different, just like completely different. Yeah, like
no,
Howl's Moving Castle, that's a classic for me.
but
Like
the,
the
I
comedy, like they're so different. I don't really have a film like Shrek 2 to like match it up with, but
great. How like I had Howl's Moving Castle at my 9 spot.
ooh,
So like
see how confident I was that you weren't gonna get these before me is I only came up with 5. So I
they
didn't put
just
them in any
I
specific
had him
order.
in I had Brother Bear at 7.
Yep.
I had Howl's Moving Castle at 9, and I did have Fantastic Mr. Fox at 4. I had
Mm-hmm.
a cross at 1, but I made the executive decision to go with Shrek 2 first because
Yeah.
it was gonna be a split either way with the Spider Verse movies.
Yeah. Shrek 2 is a good pull. I don't really have anything that can match up to Shrek 2. I'll give you that one, but
Yeah,
I don't know. I like my list. Obviously, I picked it,
yeah.
but let us
I
know in the comments.
I got you. I got you. Yeah. All right. Now the next draft I have is the top 5 superhero movies.
Okay. I went first on the last one, so you can go first on this one.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna try my best not to rinse and repeat
Mm-hmm.
other like picks from like other categories.
Yep.
I'm trying my best not to, and this will be it. So like I would pick Across the Spider Verse, but to make the list more fun, I'm gonna pick the 2022 The Batman.
Ooh, okay. That's a good pick. I'm gonna go with my first pick across the spectrum. I'm just joking. I'm gonna go with my first pick is actually going to be Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 2,
that yeah, that was
the
on there.
classic,
Yeah,
the classic.
yeah. I mean, let's see. I am going to pick Avengers: Infinity War.
Ooh, okay. Well, then I don't feel bad for going Avengers Endgame. End of a dynasty.
But
You could
Endgame,
really say
I
it.
would argue
Really,
Endgame is really not even that good.
I mean, I personally like it for what it is. I don't think it's
But
as good as Infinity War, but however, it does have an ending. Infinity War doesn't. So you can't watch Infinity War without going back and watching Endgame. You can't watch them like I could watch Endgame without watching Infinity War, but I'm not gonna watch Infinity
I
War
would
without
say
watching Endgame.
Infinity War is much more replay value for me than Endgame. And like I
Um,
can easily watch Infinity War and be like, yeah, I don't need to watch Endgame because I know what happens.
that's crazy. I don't know. That's crazy. I like the fights too in Endgame better than in Infinity War. Yep.
No,
The
Thor
three
showing up to Wakanda,
bro, Thor, Captain
Thor's
America,
ass in
in
Endgame.
what? That's crazy.
He's
That's crazy talk.
fat,
I, bro,
bro.
the fat shaming is
No, he
crazy
does
right
nothing.
now.
He gets
Bro,
nerfed,
he double fists the axe and Mjolnir, plus
bro.
Captain America using Mjolnir for the first time, plus the iconic scene of Captain America standing up against the horde of enemies, and then all the superheroes come through the portals. Cinema, fucking Iron Man putting up the Infinity Stones, going, "I am Iron Man." Cinema, like
Yeah, those are great.
great moments, great fight.
But
I
you
prefer
also
the
have two
fight,
hours of just straight like time travel
bro.
shenanigans.
That's build up. That's build up,
I don't.
bro.
It's
I
it.
love it. I prefer because it also like that's the end of a generation really. Like you could just stop watching Marvel movies after that and you could be fine. Um but yeah, for me like I love the fight against them against Thanos. I love those fights where it's like, three super powerful people need to team up to take down the most powerful person. So I love that sort of dynamic when they're all fighting Thanos. Very similar to when they're fighting him in Infinity War, but I just prefer it in this movie because he's using less of the Infinity Stones and he's just straight up boxing them and still beating the shit out of them, which I thought was just gas. Um, Yeah, and like everybody gets a little bit to shine. You get your Spider-Man scene, you get your Ant-Man scene when he fucking just tanks one of their spaceships.
Yeah,
And I'm not the biggest fan of Captain Marvel, but even like her scene is pretty sweet when she like fucking busts through the blockade in space.
but I guess we shouldn't really argue what's better between Infinity War and
True, that's not really
Endgame.
what the video is
It's
about.
not, but I just for the sake of it, do you think Endgame's better than Infinity War? Yeah, I don't think it's close. I really don't think it's close at all.
I think. Mm, I don't know. I'd really have to think about it. I don't know. I'd have to get back to you on that.
Yeah.
I can see merits on both. Like I really like that Endgame has an ending. Story's only as good as its ending. So I don't really necessarily like two-parter movies. Like when the third movie for the Spider Verse comes out, I think I'll enjoy the third movie compared to the second movie a lot more.
So not that like so as far as like Lord of the Rings goes,
Hmm.
are you Return of the King then?
Um, I mean, those are like completed like stories because those are like based around the books. This is like the story didn't even end in my in my uh
Oh, okay,
in my
I
opinion.
see.
Like because each Lord of the Rings, we're getting very off topic, but they each have a story arc that they wrap up, and so like you're like, oh okay, nice little story arc, like a nice circle can be drawn around that. I feel like, in my opinion at least, Infinity War doesn't have an ending. It's just like a part one.
Well, I think you could argue that the ending is that they just lose.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah,
you
yeah.
could. I just I don't see it that way. I guess.
Like, did we just lose? All right. So it is my pick.
Yep.
Tangent aside,
True.
I'm debating between two.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm just gonna go based on in the theater when I saw this movie. It was such a crazy moment just for everything.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you were to sit here and tell me it's better than most of these like movies on here, I'd be like, probably not. I won't lie. But just sheer like theater experience and just like the culture it had like around like the
Mm-hmm.
world when it happened, I'm taking Spider-Man No Way Home.
Okay, that's fair.
Like I
It's a lot of
like
good like fan service in that movie.
yeah, no, for sure. Like and I know what it is. I know that it's not gonna be like the greatest movie, but
No, I
I
get
just
it.
had to pick just straight up just the theater experience is one of like
Yeah,
the best ones that I've seen.
that's fair. I am gonna go in a similar direction with my third pick. Not the greatest movie. I don't know if it's better than any of these movies that are gonna be on my list, but I just want to pick it up now. Stay in the same sort of area. I'm gonna go with Deadpool 3.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I think like Deadpool 3 like is a cinema experience, like seeing all the cameos and seeing all the things for the first time. I think that probably Deadpool 2 is the stronger film. Don't pick Deadpool 2. But
Yeah.
uh just for like you said like the cinema experience, I'm going to go Deadpool 3.
Yeah. No, you're welcome. I'm influential. But
Oh, it was already on my list.
uh at my number 4th pick,
Yep.
I got to pick um when I would decide like this movie, this was when I was super into Marvel and like I have like the Spider-Man comics right here. I was super into Spider-Man and I would do anything I could just like to see anything remotely close to Spider-Man.
Yep. He's picking Madam Web.
No, no, hell no. But once I saw that Tom Holland was gonna be Spider-Man, I
Yep.
literally saw like a Moby Dick movie just to see how good he would be as Spider-Man.
Okay. It's fair.
Then once I heard that there was rumors that he was gonna be in a Captain America movie,
Yeah.
and that Captain America movie is gonna be Civil War, one of my favorite arcs is
Mm-hmm.
in like Marvel.
Yep.
I was hooked. I literally did anything I could as far as like I got the movie. So much of the movie was spoiled for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like even the Giant Man spoiler was
Oh.
spoiled to me through a Lego set.
Oh yeah.
I was
That's
like,
tough.
that's how deep I was into
Yeah.
this movie to get Spider-Man knowledge.
Yeah.
So number 4 for me is gonna be Captain America: Civil War,
No,
and
that
this
is a great Marvel film. It really is.
the only thing I would say that hinders this movie as someone that needs like tension for to elevate like films
Mm-hmm.
and that make our characters feel like they're in danger, they really pulled a lot of punches. They should have killed someone in this movie to like make the Civil War. Like obviously, it was pretty much the death of the Avengers,
Mm-hmm.
but someone dying could have like opened up a lot of characters. I've literally held this opinion since I was like in 8th grade. But enough about Civil War.
Uh, no, that's fair. I totally get that. That is a very good pick. I'm gonna go. Um, again, a story is only as good as its ending, and it's to be seen whether or not they make more of these films. But I think if they stop, it'll be a very strong finale to a very strong trilogy. I'm gonna go with Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Really good movie, like a lot of great memes, and like I said,
What are
like
we doing out here, bro? Bro's picking memes.
I mean, hey man, that's just part of the experience, and it's really just a great cap off for that team. Like I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed how they handled Gamora and Peter. Like they didn't just be like, oh, she like got like new memories somehow. Because like I feel like a lot of like TV shows and movies or some shit will do that sort of thing where it's like they'll like be the same person even though they're not at all. So I enjoy it in this film. They went out of the way to be like, this is not the same person. Like
Yeah.
this is a different person. So I commend them on that. And just it was a great like Rocket Raccoon movie too. Like Rocket
Oh,
Raccoon,
for
like
sure. The backstory.
yeah, like
Help inspired Derek.
yeah,
Yeah.
fair enough. That's a little D&D knowledge for you
Yeah. If
listeners.
you know, you know.
Yeah,
And if you don't, you don't.
yeah. So
Stay on that side.
exactly. But yeah, that's gonna be my fourth pick. Very solid.
To cap it off, you know, I need more so of this. You talk about great endings,
Yep.
and Deadpool 3 might it keeps this ending the right way, but
Yep.
I'm gonna go with Logan. I love
Okay.
this
Yeah.
dystopian type of western type of vibe where it like it's in the future and like everything is just not where it's supposed to be for our boy Logan, and just the world is so cool. Like the bounties are cool. Like
Mm-hmm.
him fighting old age and like his healing factor being a little bit slower. It's incredible, and like I just I've only watched this movie a couple times, I won't lie, but it's just one of those movies that you really just need to watch once and it just stays with you.
Yeah, that's fair. I very strong movie. I don't think I've seen it more than the one time, but it is like a very solid, and I know why a lot of people love it. So for my final pick, I've been picking a lot of endings, but this is a rare case where I'm gonna go with, I guess the middle movie other than Spider-Man 2. I'm gonna go with The Dark Knight Rises. Arguably the best Batman film. I don't know. Like it's
So,
tough.
wait, you said The Dark Knight Rises is the last one with Bane.
I thought that was The Dark Knight Returns.
Oh no, you're so right. Oh my lord.
This guy doesn't know ball. Like,
No,
don't mind him,
yeah.
folks. But The
Yes.
Dark Knight Rises, like Heath Ledger's portrayal of Joker, so good. Like the drama in that movie, so good. Like, like you said before, like how you need stakes. Like it felt like there were stakes that whole time watching that movie. And like, oh, I just remember seeing it for the first time as a little kid. I was like, oh my fucking god, this is awesome. And like that scene where Joker is like hanging upside down from the building and he's
Yeah.
like, I think we're destined to do this forever. Ooh, chills every time. I love that movie. That movie probably my favorite Batman film. Um but yeah, that's my and it's just a classic.
I ain't gonna lie. So I feel it on the horizon just because we could have a whole video debating between Dark Knight and the
Mm-hmm.
Batman 2022.
No, it's yeah, I agree. Like just like the Dark Knight Rises or the whole trilogy.
Well, just the Dark Knight Rises.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it like they both are like super strong Batman films in just very different ways. Like, but yeah, that could be a separate video, honestly.
No, that's why I was kind of pitching.
Yeah.
So for my draft for best superhero or top 5 superhero movies, barring like any like not repeating, because
Yep.
I'm sure
Right.
what Across or Into.
I did have Spider Verse on my list, but
Yeah.
I didn't repeat it. So.
Yeah. So I probably would have had if I was able to stack them both in mine.
Mm-hmm.
But for mine, I have the Batman at 1,
Yeah.
Infinity War in my second round, Spider-Man No Way Home at 3, Captain America Civil War at 4, and Logan number 5.
Yep. For mine, I went Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire. I went Endgame. I went Deadpool 3. Then we went Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and then we went The Dark Knight Rises. So very strong lists, I think, overall. I don't really know who I'd give it to. I think you have the more classic films like Logan and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it really depends on like what kind of superhero like watcher you are.
What I would say is you might have more like replay value within your movies because
Mhm.
I mean, you think of it right, like Infinity War, and Spider-Man No Way Home. Those are such theater movies.
Mhm.
Like they're so grandiose, and you could say Civil War too.
Yeah.
But they kind of do lack a little bit of replay value. Even though
Yeah.
I watch Infinity War a lot, but it's a lot of nostalgia tripping for Spider-Man No Way Home. And
Yeah, I've only seen it once.
yeah, honestly, like I've seen it maybe 2 to 3 times since
Yeah.
it came out. Like
I've seen probably Civil War like 2 or 3 times. I think I've seen Infinity War twice. But yeah, a lot of these movies that I've picked, at least they were movies that I at least have known I'll watch like more than once, or movies I have watched more than once. So.
yeah, and like honestly, I feel like there's kind of like a stigma to where it's like, hey, like this is your favorite movie, you need to have watched this at least 20 times and know every line to it.
Mm-hmm.
If a movie sticks with you one time and you like don't want to go back to it, like me, I love like Titanic.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna like go back to it like every other month. It's just like a lot to like take in, and it's a long ass movie.
True.
Now for the next I guess just draft, we're gonna go to top 5 current decade movies. Now you
Ooh.
texted me saying you had trouble with this, and
Yeah.
I personally had trouble with this too. I won't lie. I only have 8 that lined up.
I was pretty confident in mine, so we'll see.
Yeah. So you have
first pick.
Fuck, you have the first pick.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with one of these two because I know I needed to get one or the other right away. So I'm just gonna go with Oppenheimer.
Oh my lord. Okay.
I think I know what one you're gonna go for.
Yeah.
What?
My first pick, I'm definitely taking Dune Part 2.
Yeah, that was on my list.
I was very like.
Yeah, I had that on there.
Bro, I would have been devastated if I didn't get Dune Part 2.
No, that's a great movie. But you opened me up to the perfect combo because for draft number 2, I'm gonna go Barbie.
Barbie was not on my list, and I didn't really even think about it on my list.
It was such a fun movie. Like I would definitely watch it again. No, it was like a lot of fun. Plus, like just like the event that the two movies created together.
Yeah.
Like if I can, I gotta pick both.
No, that's definitely.
They're like a combo meal. But what's your second pick?
Now I do have some repeats on here.
Damn.
But I'm not gonna pick them.
Okay.
So number 2, I'm gonna pick a movie that's like very like personal to me, to where like I love this. Like the person that recommended it is like just been there with me a long time too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pick Tick Tick Boom.
Oh yeah.
I love like the music is amazing.
No, that's
Andrew
fair.
Garfield gives a performance of a lifetime in it. It's really just when you're working like your 9 to 5, this is the type of stuff that makes you just want to like, hey,
True.
like no matter what time you have left, you need to like record for like or write something, you know, and really just inspire what you can do. And I just love it. And Tick Tick Boom is probably one of the most rewatched movies for me.
No, that is super fair. My third pick, I don't know if you've seen this movie, but when I first watched this movie, it like blew my mind. I loved it. I love the concept of it too. But my third pick is going to be Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I need to see it. It's
so good. Like if you get down with like multiple timelines sort of stuff, and like reality breaker characters. So good.
Mhm.
And it's got like a lot of great like heart to it. Like an emotional movie, a funny movie, an action packed movie. Like there's everything in that thing. Like the perfect one could say movie. Like
For sure. No.
super good.
Uh, now I have a good poll on this. Now, for the record, when I first made this top five draft, the first thing I looked at is when Parasite came out, and
Yeah.
Parasite came out in October of 2019, which is so unfortunate.
Yeah,
Because
buddy.
Parasite is incredible.
True. Now you're just gonna make whatever your pick is sound that much worse.
No, now this is also one of the most like this movie caught me by surprise so much, and I had so much fun with this. And if we're gonna be bringing in memes into
Yeah.
this movie brought in so many memes of just funny moments. Like the animation's amazing,
Yep.
the characters are funny as hell, and the delivery is perfect, and it really brought some excitement back to this franchise.
Yep.
I'm gonna pick Puss in Boots: The Last
Ooh.
Wish.
Yeah, that's a great pick. No, I love the animation in that movie. Choreography is so good, and that movie has also got some heart to it. Not gonna lie, like, yeah, no, that's a good pick. That's a good pick. Plus, Shrek universe can't go wrong.
No, literally, like I said, it brought hype back.
Yeah.
Like after that, like the post credit scene
Yeah.
in Puss in Boots where they're going
Yeah.
to
Far away.
yeah, and then it's like then
Oh,
Shrek 5 gets like
yeah,
yo, it's like
it's greenlit.
mm-hmm.
My part four, definitely not the greatest movie of the last 4 years. Not even gonna break top 10, but for me and my friend group, which you're a part of, I think it was really special for us to all go and see it. And it was like the first movie I'd ever been like, oh, they're doing the thing. I'm gonna go with Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. Such a great movie to go and see with like the D&D friends, and like every time they cast a spell or make a feature reference or something, you're like, oh, he's doing the thing.
No,
So I fucking love that experience. For me personally, like that was a lot of fun, and there's really no other movies where you can really be like, oh yeah, that's a D&D movie. Like there's inspiration drawn, but they are like pulling characters, spells, like
creatures.
It's so much fun, especially if you're really into D&D.
No, for sure. Now number 4,
Yep.
a lot of these like more so like so when I first started like this podcast wouldn't even happen if it wasn't for this movie. Now, this is the first movie I decided I just woke up one day and I was like, I need to get back into writing. I need to like do something to express like how I feel, whether that be writing for like a short story I'm writing, if for not for like a like a D&D mini series or whatever it would be.
Yeah.
I just thought, I need to get something out there. So then I decided to do once a week I'm gonna watch a new movie. And this movie was my first one, and this was Iron Claw. Now this movie really embodies
That's the one
grief.
with Zac Efron.
Yeah.
Right? I never seen that.
Zac Efron gives an amazing performance in this. It talks about like the brotherhood on it.
Mm-hmm.
Is amazing. It truly is a very sad movie, and not I shouldn't even say sad. It's just more so like just tragic, and just everything that it embodies. So Iron Claw is at my number 4.
That's fair. I never saw that movie, but yeah, I mean, it sounds good from how you describe it. For my 5 movie of the decade, I'm just kind of running out of ideas a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. So this one is like definitely also lower on the list, but the animation in this movie is really good. I really enjoy it. I really enjoy the voice actors in this movie as well, and the message in it too is like kind of special. I like my 5th pick is gonna be Soul.
Yeah, I had a feeling. I've actually never seen Soul.
Yeah, no, it's really great movie about just like the meaning of life and just like taking inspiration, and I guess like the difference between like finding what your meaning is and having it like thrust upon you. I guess like just kind of something you go and find for yourself, and your life. But yeah, really good movie. When I first saw it, I wasn't expecting much because it was like a straight to Disney Plus movie, I think. But no,
But to be
and
fair, it had to be at that time.
yeah, um, Jamie Foxx super good in it. Tina Fey really good in it too. Yeah, the music in general too, like because the main character he's like a jazz teacher or something. But yeah, super good. Or I think he's just a band teacher, but he likes to play jazz and like super into jazz. So
You like jazz?
I think that's
Sadly,
it.
the B movie did not come out in 2020,
No.
that decade. Um, barring any repeats, this was the last spot on my list,
Okay.
and I just had to pair it. It's certainly not the best intro to any series,
Mm-hmm.
but it does elevate the part two a lot more. And I will be snagging Dune Part One.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, I can see it. I mean, you have Dune Part 2. You got to throw Part 1 in there too.
No, like literally, like not only like granted, the pacing is very slow in Dune Part One, but the world is so intriguing, and I would not put Dune Part One if it wasn't for Dune Part Two. Like to Braden's point,
Mm-hmm.
but like because Dune Part One standalone, like it's not the bee's knees,
Mm-hmm.
but it just gets elevated to a new level based on Dune Part Two because where Paul and his mom are just like in the start of it. It's like literally after he does a one-on-one fight with the Fremen.
Yeah.
And you went first that one, right?
Yes.
All
Yep,
right.
I sure did.
So I first round pick I had Dune Part Two, Tick Tick Boom, Puss in Boots Last Wish, Iron Claw, and Dune Part One.
For my picks, I had Oppenheimer, Barbie, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves, and then I had Soul for my final pick.
Yeah, no, right.
Yeah,
Like
they're right
nothing's
there.
been like outrageous, and I get the person like
Yeah.
message. Now, probably someone like that's like, like a super like film like nerd, and they're like,
Mm-hmm.
why didn't you have a short film from
Yeah.
like
France that debuted at
yeah
the Writers Festival.
yeah
Hey man, we're just some dudes, all right?
yeah we just like talking shit.
Yeah.
Um,
And our opinions are the best ones, so
yeah
Oh, I didn't
yeah,
even consider. I was just looking at some of the movies that I might have been able to pick. I didn't. I forgot that Avatar even fucking came out in the last 4 years.
but like
But I wouldn't have
I
even
wouldn't
put it on
put
there.
yeah
Yeah. What do we have next? Just to keep
I
us on track.
yeah no I got you now. We actually have top five actors.
Ooh.
So like
Yeah.
we kind of like did actors, actresses, and this.
Yeah.
So I first pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is all you. I
Mhm.
think we're gonna divulge here quite a bit,
Yeah.
honestly. Other than maybe for like two or three.
There's
picks.
gonna be. I feel like there's gonna be some very heartbreaking picks. It'd be like,
Yeah.
damn, you picked that. So number one, I'm gonna pick the goat. I'm picking Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, I knew that was gonna be your first
Yeah.
pick. I knew it. I mean, I was so confident that he was going to be on your list, I didn't even put him down for mine.
Yeah.
Because
Oh yeah.
he wouldn't have been my first pick, and so I knew I wasn't going to be able to get him.
Yeah, bro. It's just too good.
Yeah.
One of the greatest movie catalogs.
Yep.
Snubbed so many times of an Oscar, and then got a pity Oscar, which is so sad for him.
True. But, no, I totally agree with that pick. This one...
Bro, what you gotta do? Because I have...
this is not going to be anybody else's number one pick, but I really like him in every movie he's in, okay? So don't come at me for this. I think he is a great actor. Newer to the scene, so I know he's not a classic pick, but I'm going to go Adam Driver.
Wow, that might be the worst.
No! He does not have one bad movie, in my opinion.
What about the latter Star Wars?
He still acts really well in it. The Star Wars movies are bad, but his acting...
Okay, I thought that's what you meant.
No, sorry. Like, his acting has always been, like, peak.
Yeah.
Like, I love him Black Klansman. He's super good. Star Wars movies.
Adam, your line was they're getting away.
In the Star Wars movies, like the movies aren't doing
Yeah.
them any favors, but that acting is so good.
Marriage Story.
Marriage Story. There's a movie on Amazon called The Report I really like. The Last Duel. He's super good in that. Like super like, we kind of you know the line. But his characters are always just so full of like life. You
Yeah.
really believe every character he's playing.
And I mean, this does technically go for like his acting, but just whenever he's on SNL, he's funny as hell
Yeah.
too. Like the undercover like boss for like the Star Wars cracks me up every
Yeah.
time. And then like the career day when he's like the silence like in front of everyone
Yeah.
with like the fake crow, super fun. Yeah.
And like, and he's got the iconic line, good soup. Like,
Yeah, that's fair.
his talents
I wish
extend
I
into the
could say
TV.
good pick, but nah.
Nah, I knew it was gonna be a popular one,
Yeah.
but so maybe I should have saved him. But yeah, we'll
Yeah.
see what your number 2 is.
Number 2, I'm taking Christian Bale.
Yeah, he was on my list. Good actor. He's dedicated to the role.
Bro, you cannot let me get Christian Bale and Leo.
Well, here's my follow-up. I knew Adam Driver was a personal pick. Here's my follow-up to your mainstream actors. I'm going to go with a guy who's a little bit more artsy in the field. He does a lot of like, not independent, but more risque films. We're going to go Robert Pattinson, his work in The Lighthouse.
Yeah.
Him as the new Batman, not like risque, but he's really like showing his chops, like super good. I can't think of that other movie, but he's got like a Bad Blonde job.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
But you know what? Like, he's just a good actor.
Yeah, no, he is.
Yeah.
He's great. Now, number 3. I know. I think I can save this dude for a later round.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like he's on your radar. At number 3, I'm gonna take Johnny Depp.
Yeah, he's good.
Very like we're talking about range.
Yeah, he's
like,
got
I can't
massive
think of like
amounts of
an
range.
actor that has more range as far as voice acting, character transformation,
Yep.
vulnerability.
Yeah.
Like it's the whole 9 yards with Johnny. You get Pirates, you get Rango, you get Edward Scissorhands. You get everything with Johnny.
No, I agree. That's a really great pick. I have a follow-up. I would say not as much range, but maybe better acting. I'm going to go Matt Damon. Matt Damon, every movie he's in, kind of the same thing I feel with Adam Driver. So good. Like, so much life in every character he brings to the screen.
Bro really likes The Last Duel.
Ooh. And like Matt Damon being, I didn't even think about that, Matt Damon being in The Last Duel, but that is very true. It's not looking good for my female pick. I'm just joking.
Embarrassing.
But no, Matt Damon, like in The Departure, and I just recently watched The Talented Mr. Ripley. So good in that film too.
Oppenheimer too.
Yeah, and see, I just forget about some of the movies he's in. Like, it's not necessarily range, but he gets a lot of roles too. So
Yeah,
like even in Jason Bourne, like that character's super good, super fun at least. And I love all the cameos he does for like Marvel and shit like that too. Those are always pretty fun. But yeah, I'm gonna go Matt Damon.
Okay. So number 4, this is my wacky pick, you could say.
Yep.
Adam
Driver.
I love might be more wacky, but I love every movie this actor is in. He is probably my favorite comedic actor, from voice acting to being like in props. Like
Kevin
I don't
Hart.
think there's a day where I don't quote this actor like from one of his movies.
Okay.
And that is Mike Myers.
Oh, that's
Wayne's World, Cat in the Hat, Shrek,
Austin
Powers.
Yeah.
Even Inglourious Bastards, he's in for a little bit. I'll give him some props there too.
No, that is a good pick. No, that is good. He wasn't even on my radar. I'm not gonna lie.
That's a mythical pull from Mike Myers.
That is a pretty mythical pull. He wasn't even on my radar. So this one is this one is a little wacky. Um, because this guy isn't the best actor, but his movies are always a lot of fun. And
He's picking Adam Sandler.
um, and I wouldn't even say he's a bad actor. He just plays the same guy in every movie he's in.
The
Um,
Rock.
no. But he's got some banger movies, and he's got a movie series that I really got into over the summer. I'm gonna go Tom Cruise for my number 4 pick. Like, not the greatest actor in the world, but he's got some banger movies. Like, he plays the action hero so well. His Jack Reacher, his Mission Impossible movies. I like got super into Mission Impossible over the summer. Like, Mission Impossible, Ghost Protocol might be one of my favorite like action movies. Like, so good. A few good men. He's got a lot of good drama roles too. But yeah, I'm gonna go
I
Tom
got you.
Cruise.
I'm not the biggest Tom Cruise guy. I won't lie.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
He's definitely not, and he's not like I said, he's not like the best actor
Yeah.
out of any of these people. But
Now, let me ask. Do you want to do an actress for the last spot? Or
yeah, I do have some picked in here. I went Tom Cruise, just because I felt like I had to bolster my ranks a little bit.
yeah.
Because the one actress I was going to go with, she really only has like one movie I know her from, but it was really good. But yes, we can go actresses for this last pick.
Got you. So, my actress I'm gonna pick is a part of one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yep.
Has so much range. She's been in superhero movies. She's been in musicals. She's been in dramas, and her range is amazing. And I just love her delivery every time, and it's very impactful.
Yep.
With my pick, I'm going to pick Emma Stone.
Okay. Yeah. No, she is a good pick. Like, she's a good actress,
La
whatever.
La Land, amazing. Like,
Have you seen the new movie she was
like
in?
the Poor
Beautiful
Things?
Thing.
Or
Oh yeah, Poor
yeah,
Things.
I
Yeah,
have not. Yeah, I need to.
I heard that she was really good in that too. Um, ooh, I'm really stuck between two here. Like one actress? I really only know her from one thing. Same thing with the other though. Oh, but ooh, it's tough. It's a coin toss. I'm gonna go with the film I enjoy more, and ergo go with the actor. She also does some good voice work. I'm gonna go with Jodie Foster. Um, Silence of the Lambs, in case anyone doesn't know. Also, I believe she is also Mrs. Incredible.
Also, what's the HBO show she was in?
She was
True
in
Crime?
True
Is it
Detective.
is it True Crime?
No, that's a different show. I think it's True Detective. Let
Hmm.
me look that up just to be sure. But yeah, I watched that in Florida too. So
On my account.
yep,
Nice.
it is True Detective. She's in season 4, True Detective. But yeah, I really like Jodie Foster. Silence of the Lambs, very strong performance. It's really the only big thing I know her out of, other than like some voice work she's done with The Incredibles. But a very solid voice actress too.
I got you.
Yeah, I think you probably beat me out in this one. I'm not gonna lie, a little bit. I went a little early with my Adam Driver pick.
Yeah, bro. That's like if I went Mike Myers.
Yeah,
number
from one. But you can go ahead and recap yours.
All right, so my first pick, I picked Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yep.
Second pick, Christian Bale. Third, Johnny Depp. 4, Mike Myers. And my fifth spot was Emma Stone.
I had first pick Adam Driver, Robert Pattinson, Matt Damon. I went Tom Cruise, and then I did Jodie Foster. Yeah. I would at least personally give you that one. You got like a couple of heavy hitters in there. You got Christian Bale and Leonardo, so.
And Johnny Depp, bro. Just like
Yeah.
my catalogs of movies are just insane.
He's got a lot of range. I would say, I don't know. He's not like, yeah, he's a pretty good actor too, though. It really depends on his films, though. Like, I wouldn't say he's got only bangers, but he's got a lot of bangers.
I believe our last draft of this episode of Talkers.
Well, we haven't done TV shows.
I said last one, like we're going into it.
Well, we haven't done directors either.
Oh yeah, scratch that and reverse it. Now, so yeah, for top 5 TV shows for the draft, I had first pick. So you're up.
All right, I gotta go with this out of the way. Make sure I get it. Game of
Fuck
Thrones.
you.
Yep.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
Yep.
Knew it was happening. All right. I damn that. Yeah, I knew it was. And personally, I don't think House of the Dragon's there to be taken yet. I don't think it's like good
Yeah.
enough to be one of my heavy hitters.
One more season.
As much as I want it to be.
Yeah.
Uh, so we're gonna have a little bit of fun with this.
Yep.
I'm gonna pick Family Guy at number 1.
You are gonna get cooked, buddy, because I'm going with Naruto for my number 2 pick.
Yeah, that's fair. Uh, then I'm gonna take DBZ then.
No, that's fair. That's a good follow up to Naruto.
Yeah,
With that, I'm gonna pick Spider-Man, the 1997 TV show.
yeah, good pull.
Love that TV show growing up. That really gave me my love for Spider-Man.
I'm gonna pick The Office at number 3.
Oh, that's good. I never seen The Office, but
Fire.
number 3 pick. I know you haven't seen this show, but I'm rewatching it right now. Supernatural, super good.
Yeah. For me, I'm gonna pick South Park.
Ooh, that's a good pick. That's a good pick. I'll follow your lead, and I'm gonna hit American Dad. I've always preferred American Dad to Family Guy, so
That's fair. And then for my last one, this is tough.
I think you have 2 more. This should be your 4th because you did Family Guy.
DBZ, The Office, South Park.
Oh yeah, you're
Fuck. I'm gonna pick Stranger Things.
right. Ooh, interesting pull. That is quite interesting. Hmm. Okay.
Bro, you already won the draft, bro.
No, I know. I'm just trying to think. I'm like, I want to close her out because there's a lot of shows on here that I could go with, but I know you wouldn't really know what they are. I'm trying to like. I haven't seen that either. All right, I'm just gonna go with it, even though I know you haven't seen it. I'm gonna go with The Boys. The Boys is a super good TV show.
Fair. Just before we head on to the next one,
Yep.
I was really debating on Death Note
Ooh.
or Stranger Things. I just think Stranger Things has a lot more meat on the bones, and then after L dies, it
Yeah.
does drop off.
That's fair.
All right.
Do you want to
top
recap your
5.
5
Oh yeah,
TV shows?
yeah. We picked Family Guy funny moments at 1. We put DBZ at 2.
Yep.
Dragon Ball Z. The Office at number 3. South Park. Stranger Things. I got cooked.
I went Game of Thrones, Naruto, Spider-Man 1997. I went Supernatural, and then to close it off, I went The Boys.
Yeah, I got cooked on that one.
Yeah, hey, that's fair. You took one. I had to take one for sure.
Yeah.
Directors. This might get a little sticky.
Yeah.
You get first pick, I believe.
And my first pick, I am taking Mr. Christopher Nolan.
Hey, you know what? I'm totally fine with that because I'm gonna go and grab Tarantino.
I take Nolan any day.
Hey, that's fair.
Yeah. Okay. Now, it's gonna be like I'm gonna feel okay taking this risk. I'm gonna pick Tim Burton at 2.
Ooh. No, I like that. I'm also going to be taking a low risk because he's very new to the scene, but only bangers. Of course, he hasn't had that many opportunities to fail. But this guy really gets me into horror. Jordan Peele.
Okay. I got you. Perfect. So you left me. This might sting you a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pick Miyazaki from Studio Ghibli.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. Yeah. I didn't even consider him honestly. I am then gonna go with Aaron Sorkin. I don't know if you know who that is.
I don't.
He's done a few like crime stuff. Let me look up some of his works really, really quick. A Few Good Men. The Social Network is the one.
Oh,
you would know.
okay, I got you.
But yeah, so that's my pick.
At number 4,
Yep.
I'm actually gonna pick my number 4 person that's on there. I'm gonna make it
Oh,
easy on myself. I'm gonna
yeah.
take Martin Scorsese.
Very good pick. Very classic pick. I'm gonna go with somebody not known for 10 out of 10 movies, but very fun movies. I'm gonna go with Guy Ritchie. He directed the Sherlock Holmes movies. He did Snatch. He did The Gentleman. All those types of movies. I don't know if you've seen any of those.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get ready for my last one.
I'm up.
Yep.
Number 6. I mentioned this movie earlier, and the mind behind it, and just pretty much directed everything. I'm gonna pick James Cameron as my fifth spot.
What's he done?
Titanic, the Avatar movies.
Ooh,
He did
yeah.
King Kong with Jack Black.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I think Peter Jackson did that. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I might be wrong, but
I'm gonna go with more of a classic pick. Finish me off. Give me a nice anchor. I'm gonna go Steven Spielberg.
yeah. My love for Titanic pretty much drove me to pick Cameron,
Yep.
and just the world he created with just Avatar as well is you really think about how influential James Cameron is for this new gen of movies,
That's true.
the CGI, it's done to perfection.
Yeah.
When you think of 3D, I think of Avatar. It was in
Yeah.
theaters.
That's fair. I don't know if I really think of anything. I think of maybe Despicable Me 1. I remember because that's one of the only movies I've seen in 3D. But I mean, Steven Spielberg, classic after classic. I mean,
No, for sure.
like Jaws, Schindler's List, Jurassic Park, Indiana Jones,
E.T.
E.T., West Side Story, if you like that. Saving Private Ryan, kind of out of the ballpark with that one.
Yeah.
Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah.
He's
No.
Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Anybody? But I think that was our 5.
Yeah.
Do you want to wrap yours up?
I went Nolan, Tim Burton,
Yep.
Miyazaki, Scorsese, and James Cameron.
Good list. I went Tarantino, Jordan Peele, Aaron Sorkin, Guy Ritchie, and Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, no, I said I know if I wanted a video to pop off for a following on this,
Yeah.
I'd want it to be on this one.
No, I want a lot of interaction saying
Yeah.
comparing our lists for sure. I'm really curious to see what the public consensus is.
No, for real.
I'm excited to see the interaction.
All right, but this will actually wrap up the last, not the last, but I guess the last segment in this Talkers on the Wall video. For real, just comment down, just see what you enjoy. If you're seeing to this, just just comment I don't know, the red bird flies in the west, and so I know you're a real one. Now, with that being said, we out.